Hi, my name is Ellen Pizer, and I am a museum educator for access programs at the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum in New York City. During my work as a museum educator, I noticed that there were a lot of classes coming to my institution that indicated that their students were both bi or multilingual learners, as well as a part of special education classes. In an effort to support these students, I began looking around for resources, but I wasn't able to find as much as I hoped, especially tailored for informal education like museum work. This gap spurred my research. So, if you're watching this and already work with this population or are looking to learn more, I hope to give you an insight into some theory and supports I have found that can help these students access museum programs. All right, so first, I'm going to outline some vocabulary for you. Those terms are EBLAD, translanguaging, and universal design for learning. All of these terms will be listed on a slide at the end of this presentation, along with my contact information. In the context of education, EBLAD stands for Emergent Bilingual Labeled as Disabled and includes an individual that uses more than one language to communicate and has an individualized education plan. These learners are very diverse in their needs, interests, and abilities. There are a lot of different terminology to describe the overlap between language education and special education. I use this one because it stems from linguistics, but other regions or individuals may prefer a different term. Knowing the term EBLAD can give you a way to narrow down a search for appropriate supports for this group of individuals to your institution. I would like to take a minute to acknowledge the systematic difficulties that the EBLAD population faces within the traditional education school system. It is well documented that there is an overrepresentation of students of color within the special education system in the United States. This racialization of students of color labeled as disabled can also affect these students' access to appropriate bi or multilingual education. This dynamic is important for museum educators to keep in mind as classes visit museum programs. Therefore, by reimagining museum programs to incorporate flexibility through translanguaging and universal design for learning, you can help build in supports for these individuals to access your museum. Translanguaging is the practice in which people pick and choose which language or which part of a language to use at a given time. For example, someone might use a mix of languages in the same sentence to be descriptive or make a point. Fluidity with language is a hallmark of translanguaging practice. This pedagogy gives a name to something we may see and hear all the time, and by naming it, educators can learn more about it. Some examples of translanguaging used purposefully in education can include providing sentence starters with a diverse word bank that includes home languages and images. By chunking information into digestible, smaller sections, and thoughtfully pairing students for group work. All of these strategies can be used in museum programs, especially long-term programs that retain a consistent core of learners. Translanguaging pedagogy pretty seamlessly flows into the guiding principles behind the Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, which are a set of guidelines created with the intention of making education accessible to all. A key component of UDL is flexibility in the way educators engage, represent information, and express themselves. Encouraging students to participate using whole body movement and gestures can help ENLADs follow and engage in your presentation. Encouraging response non-verbally, either through body movement or through visual representation, like drawing or manipulating objects. And finally, attitude is important. If you show up encouraging students to be all of who they are and willing to be flexible in return, students will pick up on your behavior and be more willing to take a chance to work with you in order to find a way to understand each other. Thank you so much for taking the time to come to my presentation, learn a little bit more about this population. And I hope it's given you some ideas for how to reimagine your programs in the future.